Okay, welcome back. It looks like as we can start now to do some work. As announced, the idea is to work on hypertext components, at least to some extent. Hypertext components as promoted by Ted Nelson and Douglas Engelbart. The idea is to improve the digital way to work with documents, and the plan is okay. Looks like stream is running. So the idea for today is to wait a second. I just have to check. Oh no! Looks like it's not working. Wait a second. I will just restart the stream. Okay, welcome back. The idea of this stream today is to work on hypertext components. Hypertext components as promoted by Douglas Engelbart and Ted Nelson in order to improve the way we deal with documents. And networked documents and online collaboration and interlinked content. And the task of today is to write a small tool which takes an EDL input file, which is an edit decision list. That is in this case already converted to its XML form and convert this XML edit decision list to a job file for one of the other tools, and the other tool will then try to will try to retrieve all the resources which are referenced in the edit decision list, because an edit decision list references content from different places, from ASCII plain text source files, and composes them together to a larger document body, if you wish, and so those portions have to be retrieved probably over the network. And some time ago I changed the format of this retrieval tool so that it doesn't take the EDL file directly as input, but to have its own format which is more generic to accept any kind of resources, because the idea is, if you look at the link format which is proposed by Ted Nelson, it's quite similar to the edit decision list. So the idea is maybe you can make a generalized retriever which would retrieve all kinds of external resources which are not present yet, and also to unify, generalize the format, and maybe just have, I mean, I don't have, like, I did not yet try to generalize and to unify those formats and come up with like a combined format for both kinds of file types, but they are so similar. Maybe in the future this is something one wants to come up with. And so for the moment I have to link both tools together, the converter from the edit decision list to XML, and the retriever, which takes his own job format as input. And what would be a better kind of glue to put in between the both of them, as I mean, of course it makes sense to use XSLT for it, and this would do the transformation. So we have a workflow which is calling the XSL transformator. So that's kind of the plan. And I will just start now. I already prepared like a stub program, or like the I think that's more like the shell of the program, because a lot of code is repeating for I mean, I repeat a lot of code for every program. So I prepared this already, and we should save some time by not repeating routine like routine tasks. I will now navigate a shell to this directory. Where is it? Desktop, and here we have EDL. Yes, it's like digital HDX workflows EDL 2, and now we have to pick the specific program. And here I guess I can, yeah, okay, but of course, I mean, oh yeah, okay, it's the file loader. Okay, I don't need it. Okay, make doesn't think it has to do anything, because like the class files have a new timestamp, and it doesn't recognize that. Maybe it could be that I cannot run the class files here, because I don't know if I have on my notebook on which I built the tool already. Maybe I have a different Java version there, but it should be an older one, maybe 1.6, so it should run on a newer one. Let's see what I have here. Java minus version, let's see, yeah, 1.8, so that's like, okay, I think, I mean, I have 1.6 on my notebook, I guess. So then it should just execute, because it's downwards compatible most of the time, I guess, I think. And we also want the result info, and of course it works. Okay, at least I can call the program still. But I will anyway, I will make clean the project and build it on this machine fresh. So I guess what I have to do now, I think there's still the same problem with kwrite, that, yeah, okay, I mean, kwrite always opens like this right click open with, always opens with like an empty new file, or maybe it just doesn't display the content, so I have to do a drag and drop in order to in order to open the actual file, and this is like more or less what I always do, some kind of architecture and boilerplate code. I think I will keep the XML reader which reads the job file, and then start to flesh out the actual logic for the transformation call. So I think, let's see, maybe I will just check if we still have any EDL to XML mentions in here, because this is from where I copied this particular block of code. But okay, I think that, like input file, output file, with input and output files, I'm always kind of I'm wondering if I should always write the output file to a temp directory first, so that somebody could specify input file and output file to reference the same file, and not having read-write interference in there, so that the output file can, so the input file can also be the output file, which leads to the effect that it is just transformed. And this only works if I don't want to keep the result in memory, but to actually have it written into a file, then it must be another file than the input file, because otherwise read and write access operations would block each other. So there's the option to write the output to a temp file first, and after all processing is done, to copy it to the output file destination path. But for the moment I will ignore that, because I mean it's not terribly important, and we will just read the job file here. Retrieving the input file reference with a path. What I have to do, unfortunately, is to spend a lot of time on internationalization, localization, and I already did some work here, but I want the program to be in German and English language right from the start, but I think it will not take too much time. Just I will just keep track of the usage of those like identifiers for the localization. Okay, missing attribute, that stuff is down here. Configured more than once, is that actually important? Yes, it is, because we will just work with one input file. If you want to process more than one, please call the tool in a loop. So, okay, that's fine. Absolute can't get canonical, doesn't exist. I think I have I think that's a bug in the only in the German language files. I think they are like I mixed the job file string with the input path string. Yes, I think that's it, because the input file comes first, as you see, and then comes the job file. So job file should be number 1 and input file number 0. Oh yeah, I think just those 3 messages. Okay, should be fine. Should be fine. And yeah, there are some optimizations in here. I think we can keep them in this case. Output file, same here, more than one, and output file needs to be file and needs to be writable, and then we have the error while reading, and then okay, if either no input file configured or no output file configured, okay, then we cannot do any work within this call. So input file doesn't exist, isn't can get promoted. Okay, and the other stuff is already like that's from the from the other program from where I copied this code. So output file isn't configured, and the same here. Okay, fine. So that's enough of preparation. I guess if we arrive here, we are fully prepared to work with the arguments, and I guess all we have to do, it's not really complicated, it's just to call the XSL transformation, and that's pretty straightforward because there's like in the existing program here it is the XML XSLT transformator, and calling it is not very difficult, and I can also copy the code which I usually use to make calls of other Java programs within my own directory structure. I will just open, let's see, somewhere here we should have a scanner. Yes, it always looks like this. I think input output file. Okay, I have to write the job file for the transformator at least. Okay, but that's not terribly complicated. I think I can copy some code there too, probably. This looks like some code to do that. And of course, before I can do that, I have to make sure that the job file is writable and stuff like that. Pretty standard. Maybe I did not pick the best source for copying that kind of stuff. But okay. Oh, but no, it's also an XSLT transformator job file, so that's kind of perfect, maybe. Just copy those 2 lines too for like holding the that will provide the files which are necessary for a transformator call, Okay, and I guess we don't have a temp directory yet. Maybe that's needed somewhere. No, not up here, but I guess it's needed somewhere around. Okay, I think it's already part of the call. And program path is part of the temp directory path. Okay, just to make sure that it actually goes into the current directory of the tool and not somewhere else. Maybe maybe that those files, I mean I want to prevent that those files go into the directory of the caller, which would be quite a problem if files get overwritten that way. So I will just, I think, let's have a second look. That's, oh, okay, I do it as part of the preparation. I do it even before looking at a job file. That's kind of interesting, okay. But that's like a condition that it actually can, okay, before the job file, but the result file is even more important, I guess. So that would be this place here. And now I have to adjust the name, because I mean the current path is retrieved from the class information of the running program. So I have to ask, I guess I have to ask the class statically to provide that information for the program path. Okay, now of course we have some new messages. That's like the worst part of my entire workflow and toolkit stuff. I always have to update the localization files, and of course you can do the cheap trick to only provide the like English or only German translation. But in the end, you will find yourself in the situation that you have to go through all of it and translate it later. So that's not fun either. So I like to, I mean, I think it's like best to take the pain and just translate it while working on the code. Message result path, info path isn't a file, yeah. So those translation strings go into the property file here, and maybe I should invest the effort to just copy them from here. So that should save some time. Why does this look differently? That's because we are in gedit. That, I mean, it's, see, I mean, this is like some kind of, I think Ubuntu. I mean, I know it's Ubuntu, but like some newer version, I guess. And here we have like a totally different, like window header title. Yeah. Okay, but I will just drag and drop it into the kwrite editor. So can't determine program path, temp directory checks. Yeah, I think those lines should be fine. Okay. I really don't want to bother you too much with the language files. But on the other hand, it would be quite terrible if I did not complete them too, just with the rest of the program, so the package is kind of complete. Yeah, that's the plan. So okay, I'll copy this lines for the German text. And I will try to do as much of this translation work beforehand and not in stream. Okay. That should be it for now. Okay, so now we can use this portion of the code which just takes the current path of the running program, which is important because my programs call each other. So this means I have like long chains of programs which where you cannot rely on the working directory, because the working directory could be the working directory of the other caller, not of the program which is currently running. So in all of the programs and tools, I have to determine the current directory of the running program, not of the caller. And this is what I do here, and then down here I can create a temp directory in it, and this will be used to place the files which are needed for the, this will be used as a destination directory for the files which are needed for the transformator call. And now I have to probably I have to change the name. Job. That's enough. I don't have more than one. And we can also copy those message translations, but I guess we have to get rid of those arguments because they're like for a loop, and if the loop is creating a lot of those transformator job files and result files, then if something goes wrong, I want to print for which input file it went wrong, but at the moment we just have one input file, so there's not a lot of confusion about it. So this, I think I have to open it again. Oh no. Job file writing error. Is this actually in the code? Oh, yeah, up here, okay. Job path and result info, okay. This has to go into the English translation file. Yes, here. Just adjust the parameters. Zero. That isn't a file. Does already exist. Okay, that was the English translation file. Now we do the same for the German one. I think I cannot search for it again. I have to copy it another time. Okay. So this is the German one. Okay. And now get rid of the old text. Okay, let's have another look. Okay, that's it. Looks okay. So we can go back to the code. Also the okay. That should be a sufficient name for the result information file. Okay. Those are our messages. We also have to remove some of the arguments, of course. And we cannot have some continue here. Yeah, that's problematic. That needs to be like an exception. The program should abort if we reach this situation here. And I guess I have to remove that and one of the, yeah, I think that's it. I think that should build. I should just try maybe before I invest too much in those adjustments. Okay, what do we have here? Oh, where does it start? Oh, that's probably a lot of other code which I copied together with the URL decoder for the program path. Okay, we can do some imports. URL decoder. I don't mind. Maybe I should like this so I can see where the new errors start. XML input factory, yeah, okay, that's commented out to avoid too much, to avoid that I have too much imports in there. We have to refresh. Okay, what's up here? Oh, that's fine. Oh no. Okay, I see. YouTube is so strange sometimes. Okay. It's like they don't, like they're sometimes out of their mind to some extent. Okay. File input stream, XML event reader, XML event, we all need that, and now attribute, of course. Start element attribute qualified name somewhere. Where's the qualified name? Yeah, I mean, it will be needed at some point. Stream exception, and okay, that's it for now. I think like this we need, and the buffered readers maybe to find out if the call was successful, I guess. So now we will try to build it another time, and where do we end up? Of course the continuous stuff, like the continuous without a loop. Okay, looks like we arrived at the line where we are working on, line 571 should be, yes, okay, and the other lines are correct because they build without error. Without build error, so we can just continue to replace all of the generate information message and continue a loop, we have just to get rid of the information message specific stuff, because this part of the code was copied from a loop and we don't have a loop anymore. So just remove that stuff and then should be fine. We don't need a true here. This oh yeah, I should not forget to remove the arguments. Okay. That doesn't have to do with the continuous stuff in here. That's like the general. Oh no, this is totally unrelated code. We don't need any of that. Okay, get rid of that. Save. And yeah, now try to build again. And I guess we are now running in the. Okay, and now here we are writing the job file for the transformation, which is kind of neat because that's like the one of the big parts of the program. I mean, there are not really big parts in this program, but if we finish this portion, then I think the rest will be easy. Not complicated. It's like just like some kind of painful routine job to do that kind of stuff, but with my tools it's kind of necessary to repeat those tasks over and over again. Maybe it could be improved, maybe, to automate parts of it, or to use some kind of templates or something like that. Okay, job. That's the job. We have an input file, and that's not an Onyx file as the name suggests. By now it is an input file as we received it from our own job file. We will just pass it to the job file of the oh, that's not even true. I should not put in the EDL to EDL fulfiller one job file. That's supposed to be XSLT transformator job file, right? And we should reflect that by using the actual just copy this from the actual example job file, so like that. Yeah, this is what we want to do. This is our current program which created this thing. And then we have an entities resolver config file, unfortunately, which is maybe we can get away with just using the empty. I think there should be an empty files in the config empty, because there's no namespace, no schema validation yet. This should work. Style sheet file, yeah, and this is the nice style sheet we will write to do the actual transformation. Let's give it a nice name. Maybe it should be just called as the program EDL to EDL fulfiller one job file. Okay. And the output file is actually the output file. So Okay, we have written the, okay, we have a writing error probably, so we should, if we have a writing error, we should display the corresponding message, and I will copy the messages from the, copy the messages from the other tool. I guess I took it from the, where did I took it from? I think it was like Onyx workflow next to WooCommerce. Doesn't matter. Probably we will just find a message which fits. I will just copy this one. This is English. Yeah, it's the English one. In case of a writing error. Translated one. Job file. No, why? Okay, the other stuff was for checking if the file exists and is writable, overwritable, and here we have an actual writing error, and we don't care about any of the input. Yes. And we take the same localization from the German. Now I have to, I guess I have to remove the text here. Okay. So if you are like, if you speak languages other than English or German, you of course could help with translating this stuff. Probably you don't have time for it. I don't have time either to learn other languages, to do it myself. So probably it will stay with German and English for a long time, but yeah, why not? It can be improved later. That's the beauty of those language files and internationalization, localization, that it can be added in the future. So we have those messages in here. Okay, fine. So, and see, we also construct info messages here which try to continue a loop which doesn't exist anymore because this code was copied from a loop, and here we don't have a loop anymore because we are working not on multiple input files but just on one single input file. So I will remove this stuff really quick, and then we should be able to call the XSLT transformator in a few seconds. This true argument here will force an information message to be printed on the console, because when false is passed or the argument is omitted, then you can also add silent messages just for the reporting, for example, which I really never do, but it's a nice thing to have if maybe like for statistical reasons, if you just want to log something like that. Okay, the job file should be written. If you don't know a lot about my programs, usually I always have I do not pass a lot of parameters, arguments to my programs. I just have one job file and all of the input is configured in one large job file, and then I read the actual arguments out of the job file. So that's kind of a standard way to call all of my programs, not like having long lists of, I mean, and it also can get complicated if you need to pass some kind of structured data. Then it becomes a little bit complicated to pass all of that into the into program call parameters. So let's try to make it. Okay, we have, oh, okay, I forgot to remove some of the not brackets, not braces, but how is it called? Oh, I just forgot. I'm a little bit too tired for now. Okay, it built. So now we just have to put in the actual call of the, no, not call, I wanted to search for the scanner. Yeah, process builder and scanner, it's like that. Yes, I think we also want to find out if the call was successful. Is this also code from the loop? No, this actually terminates execution if an error occurs, which is nice for us at the moment. So that's the process builder part, and this has to call the XML XSLT transfer formatter 1, and here we pass the job file, of course, as the first argument, and the second argument is always the result information file. So that's all I ever pass to my programs: one input file, one output file, that's it. So I don't have long lists of arguments. Okay. Now I have to check if the path for the class file is correct, to like having relative paths within the directory structure. So we are now at HTX workflows EDL to EDL fulfiller. So if I go up 1, 2, 3, 4 directories, then I can dive back into the transformator directory. So 1, 2, 3, there's another one required. Parser, and here we have the XML XSLT transformator. That's like the parent directory, and then we have the actual program, because there could be several transformators with different advantages or different approaches. So I just number them, and then have a little bit of documentation which explains which tool is intended for which tool is best for which purpose. XSLT formatter 1. So that should be fine. And okay, we need some more messages here. Error while reading output. Result doesn't exist. Isn't a file and isn't readable. So that's the result file here. I have to replace all of them. That's not terribly exciting, unfortunately. And here we are reading the thing, the result information file, to determine if it is like, if the call was successful. Oh no, that doesn't make sense. I need to copy this portion, the name of the program. Come on. And in the end, it could turn out that the call wasn't successful. Okay, fine. And we need to point out the actual result information file of the transformator call. So I think that's it. We should also make sure that we pass the actual exception to the termination objects. Okay. And now all I have to do is to put in some more of translation strings. I guess I cannot take it from here, can I? What was the last thing I added while writing error? Oh yeah, okay. Error while writing the transformator job file. So the next thing is that I have a problem with reading the output. Fine, that's here. Oh yeah, okay, maybe I can just compare the source code with this translation file. So that's doesn't exist but should. Isn't a file, isn't readable. Isn't readable. What we have here, we call error while reading and not successful. Oops, wait a second. I want to keep that, I want to copy that. This goes into the German translation file. I just have to check. There's still some references in for the loop. Wasn't successful. Zero. Okay. Okay, so that's it for the German translation, and then we have to work on the English. Let's copy that and undo my change. So workflows. This is the English one, probably. I don't know. Let's see. Detailed list view. Okay. Okay, starting from here until wasn't successful. That's like, yeah, I think those lines. Writing error. Now remove what's not needed anymore. Doesn't exist, but should by now. If job files new. Okay. So what's left wasn't successful, and that's it, I guess. I mean, we are passing the path of the desired output file straight to the transformator, so we don't have to copy the results to from the temp directory and stuff like that. So what I will do now is just build it. Okay, it thinks, no, it cannot be, it has to do something. Maybe we will get some build errors. Yes, scanner is not known. Do we have it? Oh no, we don't even have it imported and commented out. But here's the scanner, and maybe we also need the buffered reader. I guess it will turn out that we need the buffered reader too, because the scanner is not. It will not. Oh no, it's fine with these. So I will remove the other imports because I guess we will not need them anymore. So what I need to do now, I mean, it's quite important to also build the transformator, of course, because otherwise it cannot be called. I don't know if I built the complete package, and I really don't want to build the entire package if possible, because otherwise if I'm selecting the files which are supposed to go into the commit, then I don't want in the diff, I don't want to see all of the class files if possible. I mean, if I can reduce it, I try. So I will just locally build the transformator, and that should be sufficient. So now we can call the Java. Oh, I see. What we don't have yet is the XSLT transformation file, and I will call our workflow even without the transformation file, because the transformator should complain properly. So EDL blah 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 and our job file, but I don't know if we have a proper job file yet for our own tool. Let's see, where are we? We have to go to the HDX directory, and here we have the workflows. Yep. And I have to rename it. Let's see. So this is the EDL to EDL fulfiller 1 job file 1 workflow. So this EDL is the source format. 2 EDL fulfiller 1 is the name of the target program, and we want a job file for this target program, and this is the tool number 1 to do this task. So this is like the naming scheme of my tools. So I think with that you can go quite far probably. So okay, I replace all underscores with minus just to have some kind of name consistency. Naming consistency. Usually the programs I call them with underscores because of some kind of C conventions. For the programming language C, you usually in defines and stuff like that you have underscores probably. So this is not actually an EDL file, not as originally suggested, because that's, I mean, we already have a transformation result which is the XML version of an EDL. So we say it's EDL XML, and the output is EDL fulfiller 1 job file XML. I think that will be the result, right? Yeah. So okay. Job file, autocomplete, and result info. And what went wrong? Input file, as specified in job file, doesn't exist. Yeah, sure, we don't have an input file, but that isn't. That should not be a problem, because I will just get me one. On YouTube I made a comment where I linked one of my EDL files, but I think that's not a converted one. That should not be a converted one, probably. Then we have to convert it ourselves. And here in hypertext, oh wait a second, I don't want, I mean that's like going to any web page is like already a huge copyright infringement probably, but people published this stuff, so I wonder. Okay, and here I will put it into I think I will put it into the EDL to XML1 tool, because that's the tool which actually converts the EDL format as specified by Ted Nelson into an equivalent flat XML file, and from that this is what we need to transform to the job file for the fulfiller, because the fulfiller will then go pick all the will take all the references and retrieve the referenced data portions. So htx to XML, make transform it very quickly. I think it doesn't work out of the box. I think I have to adjust the EDL input file, which would be that one, and I also have to rename it. Yeah, I could also adjust the job file, but why? I will just rename it to input EDL to have a quick start with those tools. And here I have to rename, and I also have to make sure that there's a line break at the end, because I think my parser doesn't recognize the end of line event, so that's something needed, still needed probably. So now we do the conversion from the I mean, maybe you have seen the input file, which is like this like custom ASCII text format, and we will just transfer it to XML, so we can use all of the XML processing tools on it. So just the job file, result, info file. Okay, and now we transformed the input file to this flat XML file. Okay, we cannot see it properly in the editor. I will just load it into the browser, because the browser is most modern browsers are usually capable of producing a nice XML rendering. So because the output of my tool, of course, it doesn't include white space because it's for the machine, so you don't need to pretty print. But for looking at it as a human, maybe this is quite helpful to look at the structure of the XML file, and you see it's like a flat XML file, so this should be equivalent to the custom format. So this is our this output file will be what we want to. I mean, you see we have a lot of like identifiers in here, and those identifiers we will translate to resource identifiers. So those are the resources which we want to retrieve with the fulfiller program. And I changed the fulfiller program not to accept this identifier identifier attribute as input file as a part of the job file, because now it has like a more generalized format, which you will see soon. because this generated flat XML file will be the input for our little transformation workflow here. So I paste it. I think I also have like a decent, yes, we just specified it a few minutes ago. The expected input name is EDL XML. I think it makes a lot of sense to provide like good default names. I don't know if EDL XML is a good input name, but EDL XML, so that should be the input file. So, and now, okay, now we have resolved the problem that the input file doesn't exist, and now the next thing will be that we don't have the style sheet in place, but this will not be a problem of the... Oh, what happened here? Could it be that the... Could it be that the input file is corrupt, or maybe or like incorrect, or is it that the job file, our own job file here, is not? Maybe I forgot to replace. Okay, let's really carefully read the error description. So what we have here, it is within the EDL fulfiller. Yeah, it has probably, while reading result information file. Ah, okay. The result information file as generated by the... So this is our temporary files generated. So this result file causes the problem. And I don't want to look at it in this way, because if there's anything broken in the XML format, the browser, as he renders the yeah, that's it. Okay, class and class name. How can this be? Oh no, that means I have probably I have like a lot of maybe I have a lot of instances where this is incorrect. Let's just check, and hopefully I can remember that I have to fix all of those occurrences. Grep -r. Hopefully those are not special characters for grep. Those are special characters for grep. And this is not really helpful. Maybe I can get away with the /. Yeah, okay, that looks like... That looks like the... Okay, we can ignore the... Why is it in an input job file? There's something maybe... Probably I mixed the result information file with the job file. So let's have a look. This is the job file, and you see that looks like the result information file. Job file, result info. Okay, fine. So now maybe while preparation should be fine, writing the job file should be fine, and I think no, that's also okay. Looks like okay. And maybe I'm reading the wrong. No, I'm reading the result information file. Could it be that this is a problem in the transformator? But I never encountered this problem before, and I'm using the transformator quite a lot. I mean, to some, I mean, that's just a naming issue. Look, I mean, that's the result info, and we have like a job appended here. So we can get rid of this, I mean, this job at the end. Yeah, we don't need this. This is just confusing, and also we don't need it here. yeah, job file result info. Fine. So at least have proper names. That helps a lot and avoids confusion. Wait a second, does it? Ah, it does build. Okay, at least. So let's have another call. So okay, let's have a look at what's this. Let's do another grab. Okay, in the result info. Okay, that's not properly generated. What is this? This is the. Why do we have that file 2 times? Is it still with the old name, or? Ah, maybe we have, yeah, okay. We have it in the same file for every argument. I mean, they are like, that's repeated quite a lot, probably. Okay, that's the old file with the job at the end. And what do we have? More, we have like, let's see. That's still the job file. Then we have the class file. We don't care about the class file, and that's the error here, right? I mean, you see it. That's like not correct. And here too, that's a bug in the transformator file. So if the transformator fails, other programs will not be able to read the result file, which is quite serious. Because I'm using the transformator a lot, and it obviously didn't fail before. So see, I mean, since 2007 I did not change the code of the transformator. Oh, there's old stuff in here. Okay. Okay, but we don't care about that stuff. We just care about class name. Why doesn't it? Ah, okay. It's like always the ending tag, class name. So, and I think I will. Just go with class name to make sure that, I mean, there could also be a class hash or serialized class or whatever, anything like that. So I think that's more explicit. Okay, nice bug fix to get it out from today. See, I added a make here that doesn't make sense. Oh, nothing to build? Wait, really? Nothing? Ah, okay. Yeah, of course, sure, I have to build the transformator, of course, and I don't want to build everything. Oh, wait a second. I mean, on my other distribution, it's quite kind of nice that I can just right-click and say open this directory in the terminal. Yeah. But not here, so I have to waste time with navigating in the file system, unfortunately. Yeah. And cd XML. Why can't I? Okay. Fine, problem should be solved. Now call it again, and we see that we have another complaint that okay, that has to do with some entity resolving stuff. Entities resolve a configuration file. Doesn't exist because probably while providing the absolute path to the entities resolver config file, I did not add another jump back, and that's because all of the HTX files, I mean all of those tools which are related to the hypertext effort, they are in the HTX directory, so I have to go up one directory structure more than with the other tools. So I don't have to build here, I have to build here. And now the style sheet file is missing. That's great, because the style sheet file is really missing. And we already have the, we already specified the name. It should be this name, and I think I will just copy an existing style sheet file from somewhere. It's just easier to no, wait a second. Where do I have one? Probably in here. But I don't know, maybe it's transforming to... I want a transformation XML to XML. Maybe this goes to JSON or something. Yeah, that's not nice. Maybe the workflow files have something, but I think they also transform to JSON probably, which is like not really helpful now at the moment. I mean, I have a lot of, yeah, I think that like this extraction stuff is from XML to XML, that's fine. And I'm also working with my own formats, so I will go with this one. So HTX workflows here, that's the location for the thing. And I have to copy the name a second time. Where is it? Here. Copy, rename this thing, and now fill it with some life. We say this parts of it are from 2016, other parts are from 2017. Wait a second. Okay. I'll just replace the name of the parent program to which this file belongs, and yeah, output is XML2. Indent, no, we will get rid of indentation. Okay. So now what we need to do now in the XSL transformation is we have to look at the input file, which is the EDL XML file. I cannot read it properly. Let's have an F5 here. Okay, no change. Why not? I don't know. Because I'm like, still the job file is open, which is the wrong one, so this is the corrected one, but who cares. So this is the EDL input file, and what we have to do is maybe we should also in parallel look at the expected input file of the fulfiller, the job file of the fulfiller, which is this file. So what we want to do with the transformation is transform this file to that file, and they are more or less, they are not too different, but yeah, okay, at first we will like provide a header comment. The name of this file is EDL to EDL fulfill one job file XSL, submodule of this and that. That's the header comment, and we react to this event in the XML tree with the XPath expression EDL XML, and yeah, to the root element. And if we find the root element, then we will print out the comment and also the bracket for the root element for the result file, unlike for the resulting job file in this case. And that's EDL filler one workflow job. Yeah, I will divert a little bit from the name job file because file is repetitive. I really want to have this stuff called job, jobs. And the point is that at the moment none of the tools actually checks for the name of the for the root element, name of the root element. They are all interested at the actual configuration information in there. EDL one workflow job. And of course we apply all other templates. I mean, we could also select, but why? So EDL XML, and we react on. I mean, we have like this resources here, but oh no, wait, that's not the source file, that's the destination file. So what we need to do, we can already know that we need like. Wait a second. Maybe we should maybe we should select the templates to apply. And there's another problem. We have the we have to provide an output directory, but we can take it from our own input file. I guess. Yeah, we have to. So what we do now, we say, let's say, if test count EDL XML span. If we have any spans in there, right, then we are going to apply templates, but not all, only the one which are supposed to go into the into our bracket. So select EDL XML and span. All spans will be processed then. And if we have any input span, then we will also provide the bracket called resources. That's like an envelope around the resources. So okay. So we continue. This is, oh no, this was correct. EDL XML span for every span. What we want is we need to print out a resource tag and identifier is supposed to be we just copy the identifier attribute like this, maybe, I don't know. I think there's a special notation to do that. There's another way to do it with like elements, and I think you can also do it with brackets, but I'll just try it this way. I think it will not work, but that's not too bad. We can fix it later. So this down here will eat all other elements, attributes. Hey, wait a second, why can't I? Okay. And also all text nodes which are not needed. This can be dangerous sometimes, but for this small task it's okay. So okay, I think we handled the identifier thing, and the only thing we still need is to specify an output directory. That could be like a problem because I have to put it in here into the result, in the transformation result, and I cannot insert it easily into the I cannot insert it into this style sheet. I mean, that's not the way this stuff is organized. I mean, with a hack I can do, but I think it would be better to read the job file and then just insert the output directory path later, because if all of those resources are retrieved, they go into an output directory, and of course the EDL itself doesn't care about any output directory. So I could specify a standard directory, maybe put it into temp, like have like a static path where all the output ends up or is supposed to end up, but that's not a good idea, because this workflow only does the transformation, and in the end the fulfiller will put the resources into the output directory. So our transformation here has nothing to do with the output directory, and maybe as the input file doesn't have an output directory, we are not supposed to insert it here. We just transform it to an incomplete job file, and if I actually want to call the fulfiller, the workflow which calls the fulfiller has to append the output directory. Yeah, I think that makes sense, because this only transforms like the input, which is relevant in like yeah, I mean that's the actual input. The output directory is not part of the input which we get from the EDL. Yeah, and the output directory, that is something which I come up with within my workflow, and that's the job of the user, not the job of the creator of the EDL file. So it's perfectly fine to add the output directory later and not in this step. So I think the XSL will fail, mostly because of the identify attribute copy attempt. I think that will not work, because there's like, I have to put maybe brackets around it for evaluation, but we did not receive an error. Maybe did I call the right program here? No, that was no, it looks like it was successful, so we should have a result by now. Where are we here? We are in the fulfiller. Oh no, we need to go, oh no, okay. We need to go here. And the output output file. What was the name we said? This is the output file, and it was generated, and I guess there are no... okay, it just took the identifier string literally, which is not what we intended, but I think the actual notation to get the attribute value... Where's the style sheet now? Here. No. That's not the... Did I close it? Oh no. Tired me, man. Okay. No, that isn't the transformation file. This is the transformation file. Okay. And here I guess I have to say... Wait a second. I guess I have to do it like this. And if not, there are a few more things to try. I don't remember exactly. I'm also a little bit tired. I don't know if I have to specify. Okay, it went through. So maybe I will just open it in the browser so I can easily update the view of the result. Oh, okay, that looks nice. But we have like... It triggered several times. I mean, that's because of the template selection did not work properly. So here in the root, in the root tag, I say those templates should be selected. Those span elements should be processed here, and then it runs over them a second time. Like, I mean, there's the easy way to... I mean, okay, why not? I mean, why spend more time than necessary? That's a perfectly valid thing to do. And oh wait, why? Wait a second. Why is this? Ah, those are the links. Oh, probably or not. No, it's just duplicated. But now it shouldn't be processed more than once. Because, I mean, you see, the first resource list is in resources, yeah, because the count is larger than 1. Ah, I have applied templates 2 times. Okay, that's probably the reason. So I can still use the select, and this won't trigger by itself because this will match the EDL XML will match the root tag, and so the process flow will go into this apply templates here and will not continue with processing the other stuff. I guess. Let's see. Should be like this. I mean, if the okay, fine. So the point is if I'm like specifically controlling the program flow by selecting a certain sub element, then this will not match independently, I guess. So what we forgot by now is the links. What does the input file? What does the job? Oh, we don't care about links. Maybe we do, but then with the identifier we have to. I mean, I could just. I mean, and that is the original plan to, not the original, but the new plan to handle the links the same as we handle the text files. I mean, if we open one really quick, I hope there's information. This is like, sorry, this is like the source text, portions of the text, and then we have like links specifying some data how stuff should be linked, and the idea is to unify all of that, or some of that to some extent. So the point is all of those link files which are separate from the data files, they could be treated for retrieval and EDL fulfillment just like the normal text files, right? As the normal text portion files. So why not take those link identifiers and handle them just like other span identifiers and retrieve whatever content is available for that name? So in the end, it's just like the matching that the caller has to find out if the retrieved data was specified as a link or was specified as a resource file, and maybe if we have some versioning or file type identification in those link files and in the other formats, then okay, the one can find out even by looking at the files, but it can keep track if the requested resource was a link or was a like text content file, or if it was a span, and then make sense out of it. And I think this is why we will just add templates, select EDL XML link, just another, and you see the resources bracket will apply for both, for spans and for links. So we are losing the information which one was a link and which one was a span, and I'm not adding this information here, yeah, deliberately, because I want to handle both just as a resource. I don't care about the that's the job of the caller to keep track of that, and the retriever doesn't care about difference between links and spans. For him it's all a resource retrievable by some way. So now we should have the links in the oh, why didn't it work? I pressed F5. EDL XML link. Link identifier, link span identifier. That should be perfectly fine. What did I do wrong? Link. I mean, it's not related to the count thing here, but it would be a shame if I would just forget it. I think I can't do that, can I? Have to write it like this, maybe, probably. I don't know. Right? No? I'm confused by now. Okay, okay, but that doesn't change the problem I have right now, that the link part doesn't trigger. Oh, I put an underscore here. That's the reason. Yeah. Okay, fine. Okay, now there are the links, and see, this is what we have done. That the point is here we have like spans and links as an input, and also some other information which portions of the text should be used in the result, and we just simplified all of that to like one sort of just resources, retrieve them by whatever means, and fine, that's it. And after that the caller will make sense out of it, and the caller workflow will also make sure that an output directory path will be added here. We could add a comment here that this is still missing, that this is not a complete job file, but the EDL Fulfiller 1 workflow will complain if the output directory path specification is missing. And if we add a comment, and somebody else, like a workflow, adds the path later, then maybe it will not remove the comment, so this will be confusing, so we'll leave it out, right? But if you want to see it in action, okay, we can do that. I will just copy our result and put it into the fulfiller. I mean, we can even specify the output directory by hand. I will just rename it to job 2, right? Now we go to the, oh, I'm not even in HTX directory, so let's see, we are at workflows, and that's another thing I have to, in order to retrieve anything, I have to build the HTTPS client, and just to be sure, I will also build the HTTP client, but I think the HTTP client is not involved in any way. Okay. So that's it. HDX workflows to, no, wait a second. I want to go to the fulfiller. EDL fulfiller, yes, that's right. Java, oh, it's not built yet. Okay, let's build it. Java EDL fulfiller, job 2, result info 2. No, wait a second, right? Just result info straight away. And now execute it, and no output directory specified. That's fine, we expected that. So we will add one by hand. Okay, it's like a little bit difficult. Directory path. That should be enough. What went wrong? That's not the right directory, probably. Wait a second. Just close a lot of the stuff here. I think we have to spend a last look into the translation files in the end, because they are not complete yet. So now it starts to retrieve by whatever means. We will not talk about the mechanism. That's secret. How the identifiers get resolved to the actual resource. Okay, and in the output we have some resources here. Now the problem could be, I don't know if the links are included. Yeah, the links are included. No, wait. Yes, this is a link. Probably, yeah. This is a link file. So fine. Everything was retrieved. It worked as expected. So that's it. Now we will have a last look into the language files for our tool. EDL fulfiller, or maybe I should not close it, maybe keep it open. Oh no, I clicked the X. Okay, because the point is I have to, oh no, what's happening? Why is the editor free? I mean the editor froze. I cannot click here. What's going on? Maybe I should just stop to close stuff. I had opened this multiple times. Looks like it ignore changes. Which changes? I don't know. I don't care. Okay. The main thing is that I can continue to work here. after that. If the call was successful, there's nothing more to do. If the transformation was successful, there's nothing more to do. That's it. That's all. This was just for copying purposes, and this was also just for copying purposes. Okay, so now everything is solved. I think that should work as expected. So the next thing could be to make a kind of workflow which takes the raw text EDL format, transforms it to XML, transforms the XML to the EDL fulfiller job file, and then calls the EDL fulfiller to retrieve the resources. And if that's done, then another workflow on top of all of this could then actually work with the results and maybe combine the text parts together to make the document. I mean, it's a little bit difficult to define what the document in the end actually is, because it's supposed to be just temporarily, but maybe it makes sense to honor the collection or composition of different pieces of text. So that's something which is quite, I don't know, like not controversial, but in my mind I don't have like a good idea how to think about it. And maybe with those tools we completed today, maybe it will be a little bit easier to do experimentation in those areas. Okay, that's it for today, and bye.